Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and I'm continuing my top 5 snap-on tools for something videos. And in this case I'm going to go back to my EDC theme, but in this tool selection I'm assuming that you can put these in something other than your pocket, such as a bag, backpack, little carry pouch. It's up to you. The storage aspect of EDC I might cover in another video, but I'll diverge from Snap-on. And of course, with all of this, this is in addition to classic EDCs. The 4 main ones are your wallet with money and you know, whatever else you need in there, your cell phone, your pocket knife, and your flashlight. So now we're going to go to 5 Snap-on tools that are important EDC tools if you have something to put them in. So I'm going to start out with number 1 is a screwdriver, and in particular this screwdriver. I think they call this the 11-in-1, and the reason is you can pop that out, make it a little bit smaller, and you've got potentially other tools. In this case, these pop out, so you've got like a bit driver, you've got Torx here, more Torx on this side, so you're flipping it around back and forth, and then you've got your slotted and Phillips of various sizes. And you'll notice these fit in either side, so it's unlike the Klein that actually gives you additional options, but I really like it because you've got a full-size big handle, which also allows it to work somewhat as a pry bar and as a weapon. So number 5, the Snap-on. This is the SDDD101. I think it's the 11-in-1 Snap-on screwdriver, and these were reasonably priced. I think when I started getting them they were like under 20 bucks, and they're like 30 now. Alright, in the number 2 slot, probably no surprise here, you're going to want a pair of pliers, and I recommend this triple slip joint. It's amazing that Snap-on does this on their little pliers. I wish they did it on the micro one I did for the Pocket EDC. But very handy plier. It's finally big enough to do some heavy jobs, but it's still small enough. You can see it just easily fits in my hand, so it's not going to take up a lot of space in your pack or bag, and you can kind of get by with, there's a little cutting area down here that may or may not work for you. But as far as grabbing, etc., there it is. And this one, this is the 46 ACF. For this particular plier. And then to kind of enhance the plier aspect, I'm going to toss this one in. The pliers are actually some of the most common things to use in EDC. This is the 9.5 ACF. It's like a small talon grip needle nose, and oftentimes you want to use kind of both pliers together, or this is just going to be too big. This one also has first aid applications. I've just found that, you know, both of them, if you're cranking on something in a car or some big mechanical aspect, you know, say you're trying to work on a bike wheel or something like that, you know, you need some big aggressive grabbing, but there's a lot of stuff where you're trying to work with some pretty small or fine things, and this doesn't really quite do it. It's too thick, it's too crude up here, so it's time to start up in our game and add something like that to it. So in the number 4 or number 2 spot, depending which way I'm going, is the adjustable wrench. In this case, I recommend, this is the ADHW6, and it is the shorter wide mouth Snap-on adjustable wrench. And this actually allows you a pretty good grab. It's saying here that we're getting out to about 1.5 inches, which is quite a bit. But anyway, that's my recommendation. Super handy, narrow enough to get a lot done. It can work with both of those as a complement. And of course, if you pop one of these out, you can get your force multiplier now. You know, if you needed to add additional force to trying to break free a fastener. So there is a reason also to have this. You can get away with it. This helps. This is better. So And in the #1 slot for, in no particular order, for my snap-on tools for everyday carry when you put them in a pack or a bag is the smallest snap-on indexing pry bar. See if I can find the number on this thing. It's probably microscopic. Right in there. I'll let you try to read that. And this thing is just a little piece of pocket dynamite. It's very strong. It's got, you know, obviously a handful of different sizes. Being a snap-on, they probably put a little more into it than some of the other, a few more indexing points than some of the other brands. But anyway, pretty nice. Use it as a pry bar. You can also, of course, use something like this as a weapon. Comes in handy for a lot of the kind of grosser or cruder chores where you don't want to use your screwdriver for it. But it's always good to have a pry bar, and that one folds down into a similar form factor that matches all of these tools. Now, if you were going to fly on an airplane with some of these, you might want to check and see the lengths, because TSA has a minimum tool length requirement, and of course it's up to the particular TSA official as to whether or not they think something's a weapon. But I have traveled with tools before in carry-on and not run into too big a problem. In fact, sometimes I've been complimented. They said, "Wow, you seem prepared." And it's like, really? And then I of course opened a dialogue with the TSA agent, and he told me about what he sees come through, you know, as far as preparedness kits. But anyway, here are my top 5 snap-on EDC tools for when you carry them in a bag. And with that, Doc out.